Councilmember Trotter.
Hey, Mr. McDonald, what would the penalty for cutting trees on somebody else's property be if this were not the golf course? And would there have been a penalty for not having a permit to cut the trees?
I haven't researched that. I mean, typically, if you cut trees down, there could be a penalty.
So, I mean, we've kind of backtracked on our. I mean, I like the golf course; they're nice people, but we've backtracked on the admission tax for them. Without permission, they went on and cut down trees, which obviously, upset more citizens than just Andy. I'm concerned that they did go ahead and they cut down trees when they asked for air rights and they took timber. Did we get the timber? Did we get any money from the timber? Did they get any money from the timber?
My understanding, and I haven't gone out there and kicked tree, but they've dropped some trees into the area of Fort Lake as habitat. They have planted 40 trees. The reprod, very small. They're basically not very significant trees. I could show you a picture of it. I can't. I'm not going to be an apologist. They got ahead of the permit. Is it something that I like? No. Is the permit absolutely required? Maybe not, but they didn't get permission to knock 9 trees down, and John knows that, and even the superintendent says, "Oops, maybe I got ahead of myself." And so I guess then the question becomes, what do we do about that? We could play hardball. I kind of think that we sort of knew that we wanted to collaborate with them. I certainly was embarrassed when I was embarrassed at the council meeting, and I was a little mad out in the field. But when I take a look at it and the scope of it, and really the size of the trees that we're dealing with, I think maybe we send them a letter saying that, hey, that was not appropriate, and we'd like you to know that we expect you to collaborate with us and not get ahead of our processes.
Yeah, for good public relations, have you talked to Andy and the group that brought this the situation up? Have you talked to him, explained it to him? I
haven't talked to him yet.
Okay,
I can do that.
I just think for good public relations, once again, with the community, once again, it'd be good for just the explanation you give. I fully support your explanation, but I think they should be explained to them also.
I agree that it's a trust issue.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was not fun, and I was angry about it. And I know that they're embarrassed.
Councilmember Coffey.
Mr. McDonald, I didn't catch the exact diameter on the butt of those trees.
This. There was a range.
We had 1, 2, 3 that were 7-inch. 1, 9, 1, 10, 1, 12, and there was one that was 17. So that was, our landmark tree for a Douglas fir is 30 inches.
That's at the butt, or is that diameter breast high? I thought this was all measured. John, you can help me. I thought the code reads diameter breast high makes a diameter or a specimen tree. So.
Well, I got it.
But anyway.
It doesn't make.
None of them are going to reach landmark status anyway.
Right.
They're not landmark.
Or even specimen.
Our code says that the tree retention process is all new development projects that require a site plan approval, subdivision, or short plat. So really we've used the permit as a tool to document, and just kind of so people won't do something willy-nilly, so we have some ability to provide some oversight. And I kind of referenced the fact that it's kind of a struggle, because it really allows them to come in and ask, can I take a tree down, and if it's the the right kind of a tree, yeah, but let's document it so that it's on the record in City Hall, and that's what I wish would have happened ahead of time. But it didn't. I did go out on the field and I asked them to mark some trees, and I thought maybe 4 they could get away with that would give them what they needed. But I don't run a golf course, so they took more than that.
Councilman,
That's the issue.
Council, any more discussion? Councilmember Westman.
Thank you. It seems like the cutting down and removal of trees seems to be an issue here in DuPont. This is a second incident of cutting down trees on city property. If the first incident is true or not, and that was the cutting down of trees on the southern boundary line of Sequalici Creek. And I don't know if there was any truth or not, but I've been told by several constituents that cutting of those trees was in fact on city property, and then we come across this one here. So it does put quite a bit of emphasis upon the tree removal permit process. And that's what I'm suggesting. I'm not here to point fingers or anything of that nature. So that process needs to be adhered to within community development.